Okay, so in this video, let's create another column attached to this table. So let's go to add column. Let's create a custom column attached to this table. Then the custom column, let's give it a year in which the student wrote. In this case, I'm using a string 2023 to create another column. But then we'll convert this column back to what whole numbers so that we will have the year in which the students wrote the examination. Then let's rename this query as results. So we have a result query. Now we are going to use let's use whatever code that created this result to create different queries. This is a big table, and then this table includes the results and of students and their details, like for instance student names, date of birth. So let's separate them into dimension table and then fact table so that we can normalize our table in that form of CSV files, so that when we move them to Power BI, it becomes a normalized data form. We can efficiently use the CSV files in that Power BI. So let's get to transform and then locate. Let's get to home, then locate the advanced editor. We are going to copy all this code and then come to new source and come to other sources and create a blank query. So this blank query, we can name it students to contain the student data. And then let's open the advanced editor of this blank query, delete whatever is in it, paste what we copied, done, click on done. So we'll have the same data as we have in the results query. Now, this data, we are going to delete some of the columns from it so that we have only the student detail inside the student query. So we are waiting for it to perform its action. Okay, so in this would remain some columns. Columns like the school name. Let's maintain the student ID. Let's remove the school ID. We'll use that in the results. We can still maintain it, but let's maintain the student ID, the student name, the gender, the date of birth, and then all of these ones should be removed. All of these ones. So selecting one of the selected columns, click on remove other columns to remain only the student details. We have the student ID, student name, gender, date of birth. This is okay. Okay, so that is saved as what? Student. Let's create another column, another query, sorry, blank query. Okay, let's go back with the student. Let's go back with the student. I need to, or let's start, let's do the query. This new query, let's name it as what? Schools. I wanted to change something in the student, but let's maintain this query as schools. Then go to the advanced editor, remove everything in there, then paste the code, click on done. So with that one, we need only the school ID, and then we need the school name. We don't need the rest. We don't need the rest. So let's remove other columns. Good. Now over you can see that the school names are repeated. about 716 rows. So we need to remove the duplicate. So let's use the school ID and then we click on the remove duplicate to have only the distinct school names and then their IDs. So the schools are 10. Remember that we picked when we were loading it from the HTML file folder, the school data, the schools were 10. So this one will be efficient with their school ID. That is great. Then we can come back to results. Now over here, we need to maintain the school ID. The results will become the fact table. We'll maintain the student ID, school ID. Then we'll move student name, student school name, student name, gender, date of birth. No, as for English language, the subject will remain. Okay. So English up to the last subject will remain. The BDD type, the year will remain. So let's remove only the selected ones. Remove columns. Good. So we have student ID, student school ID, English, math, science, social. I've arranged them in that order, and then the year, the BDT type, and the year they wrote it. So this will serve as our fact table with the other two, the student and then school as what dimension table. Okay, so let's move on to the next.